I got a leaking hose bib. Let's fix it. Not only is it leaking when the valve is shut, it also sprays out the handle when it's turned on. The first thing I did was cut away all this insulation so I could see what I was working with. And it looks like this is main water going into my property. That's why we have a shutoff valve on the back side. And then this is water into my house. And then we have a hose bib on the top with a handle and then a gated Y. The leak looks to be coming from the bib. Now, after doing some research, these hose bibs are rebuildable. There's some packing material inside you can replace, or there's a washer you can replace if the handle is leaking in the opposition. But this thing looks old, crusty, and tired, so we're just gonna replace it completely. I'm gonna start with removing this gated Y just to get it out of the way. Then we can remove the bib completely and take it to the hardware store and match it up. Next step is going to be shutting off water to the property. I got really lucky and this ball valve is directly below the bib I need to replace. These bibs receive water pressure full time, so if you were to just unscrew this thing without shutting off your water supply, it's just going to geyser water indefinitely until you find your water shut off. Now we have some copper plumbing underneath this bib. I'm going to try to turn this thing, see if we can get that copper to stay stationary. We might be having a copper fitting coming out with it, but that's all right. We can disassemble it in the garage. We need to replace that ball valve too because, oh, you know what? No, it's probably water backflowing from the house. If this is gonna continue to rise and come out here, that means that ball valve isn't shut all the way. But I believe the water we have rising up is just back feeding in through this water line that goes into the house and is filling up past the threads. I think we should be okay. I do want to flush this just a little bit to get some of that junk out of there. Oh, shouldn't have done that. I just geysered all over myself. Shouldn't have done that. It is leaking a little bit though, I can tell. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go change my shirt. Now it looks like this bib with these male threads on the bottom is all one piece. So I'm gonna take this entire thing to the hardware store and we'll go find a replacement. Come on, Sage, let's go for a ride. Load up. No, you okay? That was sloppy. That was sloppy. Let's go see what they got. Here we are. This looks like the right area. All right, 1350. We got a 3/4 bib to a 1/2 inch output. And then it also looks like there's a 3/4 nipple installed onto the bottom of this old one. So I got a 3/4 nipple, 2 inch long, so we can install this new nipple into this bib, then thread it back onto the pipe. Back at the barn, $26.40. Let's see if we can finish this DIY job with one trip to the hardware store. Come on out. This little nipple was over 10 bucks. Copper is expensive. Now, if you do live in an area that freezes, it would be a good idea to get a bib that is frost resistant. Also, I bought this 2-inch nipple, so I have some room here to bite with a pair of pliers if I ever need to. On this shorter nipple, the ridge that doesn't have threads on it is literally right there. You have to thread this bib in while this nipple threads into the bib and also into your female connection on your pipe. I just wanted a little more reassurance. I'm gonna seal these threads up with a little bit of Teflon tape. You could use some sort of plumbing thread sealant too. You just need to make sure it is good for potable water. Also, be mindful of which direction you lay on your Teflon tape. Like right there, I just put it on backwards. Because the tag end is going this way, once I thread this in, the threads are gonna push this Teflon tape open. Also, I've never done this job before, but I always enjoy documenting my first time DIY jobs. So if you're a contractor or plumber out there and you're just cringing at my process, bear with me. You guys can correct me in the comments. I literally just put it on backwards again. Oh, put it on backwards again. Come on, Alec. I always tell you guys, I show my wins and my mistakes. I always show my mistakes. There's a lot to be learned from them. Okay, that is the correct direction. Thread this into there. And as we thread this on, it's going to thread this nipple into the bib even more. And this is why I bought this 2-inch nipple, so I could put a pair of pliers on there. I don't want to squeeze too hard because I could easily deform this copper, but just to get a little extra bite. All right, let's go install this thing. It does look like this ball valve's been leaking a little bit, but it's a slow enough leak to where I can manage it on future projects. Here I am fumbling around. There's a nut right here on the bottom, Alec. Use that, stupid. Now, I want this oriented maybe right about there. That way that hose lines up with that nicely. Before we connect that hose, we are all done. The valve is completely shut. Let's fire up the water and see if we got any leaks. We are leak free. We got water back to the house. Let's go. Valve is good. It looks bitchin'. It looks really nice. I'm not going to replace this insulation because I like having access to this water shut off, and I don't really think all this is necessary, but well, nope, we have a slow leak. Let me show you. Right back here we have a tiny little drip. Wonder if we can stop it. No, it's still there. So let's shut off water and then bleed out the pressure. I'm gonna Teflon tape it. And hopefully I can remove this bib and that nipple will stay in place. That's okay. We'll just take the whole thing out, retape it, redo it. I want it to be perfect. I only want to do this job one time. So let's put an adjustable on here. I'm very glad that I bought this 2-inch nipple as opposed to that shorter one, because I would have never been able to get a pair of pliers on this nipple to remove it. I don't think having this old Teflon in there would make a difference, but I'm gonna clean it out just in case. Any of you plumbers or people with experience, you can let me know in the comments whether you can leave those old strands in there or not. I think I gotta go a little bit heavier with the thread tape. Got plenty on there now. No way that's gonna leak. No way. That should be plenty. All right, that's nice. Let's try this again. I gotta say, new plumbing fixtures and new copper looks so nice. Even if I could have rebuilt that old bib, I wouldn't have wanted to, because this just looks so much prettier. Just shows that we've put some love and time into this part of the yard. Okay, that is mighty tight. Let's turn on water. No more leaks. Let's check operation. Watch out, Sage. All right. And let's put our gated Y back on. We are D-U-N done. Now some of you guys might think replacing a hose bib is pretty easy, and it is pretty easy, but I've never done it before, so I figured it would be a great opportunity to document the process. So if one of you guys finds this video and you need to replace your hose bib, you'll have a little bit easier time doing it. If y'all are new here, my name is Alec and this is Day Off DIY. I primarily do automotive work, but this is a DIY channel, so whether it's replacing outlets on my house, or a broken hose bib, or an oil pan gasket on my BMW E46, this is the channel that I document it on. I'm currently restoring this BMW E46 convertible, and when I'm done with it, I'm going to give it away to a lucky subscriber for completely free. So if you've never seen the channel before, I will link the BMW E46 giveaway playlist in the description down below. Go watch those videos, and in the description of those videos, you'll find the BMW E46 free giveaway form. Throw in some basic details in there. It is free. I don't want your money. I just want your support on YouTube, and you could have a chance to win this car. I'm going to hand deliver the car and the keys to you, to your front door in person. And this thing is mint. I've replaced every single fluid and filter. It has 0 oil leaks. It has a full brand new cooling system. Right now we're doing some convertible top repair, and this thing is going to get some beautiful paint work when we're done too. I'm also currently rebuilding this BMW N54 twin turbo straight 6 engine, and it's going to be a great project. I'm going to be installing it into one of my BMWs. You won't want to miss this one either. As far as other property repair videos I got coming, I have an electrician coming to wire in a dedicated circuit off of my panel for a new tankless hot water heater I will be installing. Let me show you guys that next. And by the way, this is Sage. That's the best dog on YouTube. Don't mind the vegetation in the trash. I got to do a dump run. This is my tankless hot water heater cabinet, and this is my tankless hot water heater. It was installed in 2005. It's a Bosch Aquastar, and this thing barely puts out enough hot water. I can't run 2 showers at the same time. I can't run the shower in the washing machine or the shower in the dishwasher, so I am upgrading it, and a new tankless hot water heater shows up tomorrow. I also have to replace and reroute all this galvanized into the new tankless hot water heater. The reason why I'm putting in that dedicated outlet is this hot water heater doesn't have a 120 volt power source. It runs strictly off natural gas, and I don't know what wizardry makes the regulator pump more gas. I think it has a small little impeller, and when it sees hot water coming in or cold water, it creates a current and then sends it to the regulator, has the regulator turn on. I don't know, but I need a plug somewhere in this closet so I can install my new tankless. Now, have I ever installed a tankless hot water heater before? Absolutely not. But am I gonna do the install? Absolutely, and it's gonna make for a killer video. I'm gonna learn so much, just like I learned replacing this hose bib today. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you think I deserved it. You also need to be subscribed in order to win the BMW E46 giveaway car. I hope you enjoyed, or I hope you learned something new. And as always, folks, I'll see you on my next day off. Cheers.